Welcome back in to another episode of Spaceman 2.0, Christos Kabbalah Show. Here to help you grow in the knowledge and wisdom of truth, and the truth will set you free. So in this episode of the Christos Kabbalah, we're going to continue on with the understanding of judgment and how that pertains to this path right here. In order to reach enlightenment, you have to understand this path right here. And with this path, we went over that, with that being the wick, okay, and the wax. And the wax is burning through the wick by the blue-black flame. The blue-black flame is represented by this Sephiroth, which touches the white light, represented by Tephiroth, this Sephiroth, which then touches the all-encompassing light, which is everywhere and in all places at once, and that which you see by. So without the light, you wouldn't be able to gain knowledge and then wisdom. Knowledge of the wisdom first, and hopefully gain your own wisdom as you understand the knowledge. You find out the knowledge in Malkuth, in the earth plane. And judgment can be understood by a flame. For when your flame is still, you can see clearly. But when there's a little bit of a breeze and the flame is flickering, the light by that flame of a flickering flame is not very bright. And therefore, the flickering flame represents the thoughts of your mind and your emotions, confusing you and keeping you distracted from the moment and from that which is the reality. Because you can only see the truth when you're in the clarity of mind and the stillness of mind to see by. And with that being said, we're going to get more into the number 88 and how the Pope died. His funeral was today, and he died at the age of 88. We're going to get into the magic of 88 and how that pertains to the highest names of God, and how we are always hearing these two names throughout religious circles. So, understanding the flame, the wax is consumed by the holy light. The physical is consumed and created and perfected into light. So may your physical life be a reflection of the light, and your transformation from the physical into the light, the spiritual light of life. And a wavering flame flickers, not giving enough light to see by. Therefore, keep your thoughts and your mind still, your emotions still. Energy in motion. Emotion is energy in motion. And it needs to vibrate. So your emotions need to be released and surrendered. And to understand that, let's simply understand how the name of God is associated with the different aspects of the flame. Yod, He, Vol, He. Yod, the all-encompassing light. He, the white light. Val, the blue-black flame. Your psyche, that which devours, you let it go. You surrender that which is in your mind. The wax and the wick, your physical body. If your perception is always looking down, you're going to see a dwindling body and poverty consciousness. And if your perception, your idea is to look up to life, you're seeing the white light and everything that is seen by that white light. So, with that being said, you only have two choices in life, to look for the positive or the negative. The negative is poverty consciousness, where you see a dwindling flame, where the wax is slowly going away, the physical body. Whereas if you focus on that which you create with your body, the light, the expression, the truth, you can play musical instruments and wonderful art and produce things with your hands. And these are all beautiful spiritual understandings of your divine self and how you understand yourself. You have 5 fingers, and He is the number 5. And He below is the number 5. You have 5 toes and 5 fingers, below and above. Yod He Vo He. So you being a tree, the Yod He Vo He goes on the tree of life and is also situated on a real tree. You remember a real tree is within a terrarium, okay? Has an ecosystem within itself and around itself. It produces not only the roots and the trunk, the branches and the leaves and the fruit. The leaves and the fruit drop, become compost, and feed the root system. So whatever you let go of, whatever emotion you let go of, it will become compost and feed raw energy back into your system to become new fruit. So there's no need to hold on to any particular emotion or thought or opinion, because if it's true, it will remain the truth. And if it's false, it will decompose into raw energy to be transferred back up the root system to become part of your holy tree of life to give forth better fruit. And remember the Shin principle. So the Shin is that which gave birth the spark of life in the first place. It creates the seed form. Even the Yod looks like a seed. So, with that being said, remember, we have Yod He Vo He, Shin, and we have the other two mother letters, Aleph and Mem. Remember these two? Now let's get into the numbers. I just gave you the secret of the number 88. But how are you surrounded by the number 88 in your daily life? I'm going to give you that secret too. Yod is 10, He is 5, Vow is 6, He is 10. I made a mistake here. Let me just correct that quickly. Again, Yod is 10, He is 5, Vow is 6, He is 5. 10 and 5 is 15, and 6 is 21, and 5 is 26. 2 and 6 equals 8. When you go to certain Hebrew circles, what do they call? Hashem, Hashem, Shin, Aleph, Mem, Shem. The holy name of God besides Yahweh or Yod He Vo He or Jehovah. If you place the Shin in the middle, we're going to get to the name of the Redeemer, which is the secret to asking Christ within your heart. Christ is one with the Trinity. Ask the Spirit of God within your heart, and you become in the image of God. How to ignite the candle flame? There is another secret. Place the Shin in your heart, Yahshua, Izu, Jesus. That's the name of the Redeemer. Shem, Hashem they call it. Hashem, Shem. Shem, 301, 40. 40 is for Mem. Remember, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. Aleph, this is the breath of life. The nose. These are your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. There's 2 Mems for your mouth and your tongue, which take in water and food. This is all divine. Every animal, every creature on the planet has eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Shin, Aleph, Mem. Everyone is made in the image of God. Even the creatures that crawl. Even our wonderful dog. And dog is G-O-D backwards. So if you're dyslexic, your dog is your God. Maybe they have the Dogons, and that's why we have the Dogons. Okay, so back to this. 341 is the total. 3, 4, and 1 equals an 8. An 8 and an 8. So there's the secret of 88. And how are you surrounded by 88? I'm going to give you that secret next. 8 is the principle of Christ. So the Christos is represented right here. The Holy Trinity has the Christos. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we have the figure 8 for both of these systems. So when you understand the energy needs to be circulated within your being in this process, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, equal balanced interchange. Love is equal balance interchange between opposites. And remember the holy mantra. Remember the holy mantra you can say. Ahaya, Aleph He, Yod He, Ahaya, I am. Yod He Vohe, God. Yod He is Jaja, means my will. Aleph He Vohe, Ahava, it's love. I am God and my will is love. You're made in the image of God, so please respect yourself and respect others, that we're all made in the image of God. Same like Shin, Aleph, Mem. We all have those three principles within ourselves, which actually perfectly illustrates that we're all made in the image of God, Hashem, as well. Our Shem. We're all Shemites, then, if you want to say that. Now remember, being a representative of a tree, and a tree is in a terrarium. A terrarium is like a greenhouse. A greenhouse is made of glass. So when you live in a glass house, do not throw stones. Again, back to judgment. So if we can discern that which is, with having a clear and steady mind, seeing it for what it is, we can get out of judgment. Because if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So how you discern and judge another is how you shall be judged. So remember that. And on the path of the tree of life, the path of judgment card is right there. So when you can get over judgment, and remember the Lord's Prayer, it goes along with this as well. My Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give me this day my daily bread. This is Netzach, this is Venus, this is nature, this is love. Give me my daily bread, may it be love. Forgive me my trespasses, I forgive those who trespass against me. Look at where it is, it's right on the judgment. Forgive me my trespasses, I forgive those who trespass against me. So what are you forgiving? You're releasing with forgiveness, you're releasing with surrender, you're letting go of your opinions, and this is Hod, and this is really Mercury. Mercury is your mental aspects, your opinions, your fast, witty mind, your sarcasm. All of that comes from mercurial aspects of your being. This is judgment. So what do we use our mind for all the time? Our pettiness, gossiping, judging others. Let go of your judgments. Forgive me my trespasses, I forgive those who trespass against me. So Christ upon the cross is saying, there's the cross right there, Christ upon the cross. Christ is right here upon the cross. And he's saying, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. So you have to let go. Lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil. The groin area. Your sexual energies have to be purified. Understand what to use it for. Those are your creative energies and your spiritual energies to raise up the Kundalini. Okay, the eye of a needle. This is Gemal, and it means camel. The camel will go through an eye of a needle before a rich man can get into heaven. That makes sense too, because the camel can only go along this path, which is a long deserty path of solitude and effort to get to the high mountaintop of knowing God. So now let's get into the secret of 88 being within you and around you at all times. So just to recap, Yod He Vohe, Shin Aleph Mem, the Spirit of God hovered over the waters of the deep, which is the candle, wax, and God said, let there be light, and creation became, and there was light. So this is an archetype. It's an archetype of creation, an archetype of manifestation, and you can apply this to your own life in creating things through the will, your imagination, and your speech, your word. So your desire in your mind, you imagine it, and you speak it, at least affirm it to your own mind again. And this helps bring it towards you. I am God and my will is love. And imagine that. You're imagining love, creating love throughout your day. So now as to placements of planets and directions and letters on the cube, we'll get into that another day if you want to get fastidious about it. But basically you have an up, a down, and then you have the 4 directions around you, and then you have the center. So without getting into the 3 planes within it, we'll just say there's a top, a bottom, a center, and the 4 around for the basic understanding of a cube. So you're surrounded by a cube daily, which means you're surrounded by the 4 directions, the 4 elements. Yod is fire, He is water, Vow is air, and the last He is earth. So you can say Yod, He, Vow, and then He here for this side here. And you can say Shin is above, Aleph, and Mem is below. So this archetype fits the 3 main letters of the name of God and the 4, which is really 3 letters as well with an extra He, of the name of God around you. So you have the name of God surrounding you and the name of God above and below and within you. So just breathe, Aleph. Take deep breaths. Let it out. And still your mind. And come to know the Creator. Come to know that which is within, which is an inner joy. And sacrifice or surrender the 7 deadly sins to start with, to help purify and ignite your flame to be more pure and more bright. Asking the Spirit of God to come within the holy name, making you in the image of God, in oneness with the Redeemer, Yeshua. So to reiterate, the archetype of a flame, it can give you everything. The wax and the wick is your body. The blue-black flame is your psyche. The white light is your soul. And the all-encompassing light is your spirit. The stiller the flame, the more light it gives to see clearly by and understand that which is before you. If there's wind, if there's plenty of thoughts in your mind, you can't still your mind, then the light will be a bit shaky and the flickering flame won't be able to give off all the light it can. So practice stilling your mind and seeing clearly, so you do not get caught up in petty judgments, but understanding in true discernment that which is. So remember, there's 22 paths to the tree of life, 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, 22 bones in your skull. You have 7 holes in your head, 7 days to a week. You have 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. The cube of space has 22 aspects. Again, this is just like a tree's pathways between the Sephiroth. But the archetype of the tree, of the cube, is also 10. 6 sides with the top, bottom, and 4 around. The 3 planes and the center. 6, 3, and 1 is 10. The 10 Sephiroth is then again alluded to as the primary aspects. And when you break down the cube into every aspect with the edges as well, you get the 22. So everything is within everything. You're a fractal of the entire cosmos, one with God and within the creation and the Christos. It is for us to recognize it and understand it and practice this. So with that being said, this is the Spaceman 2.0 with the Christos Kabbalah Show, helping you to grow in the knowledge and wisdom of truth and the truth will set you free. And on